A very good morning to all. Today's topic is HIV. Retroviruses. These are RNA viruses that belongs to the family Retroviridae. Members of this family possess reverse transcriptase, enzymes which prepares a DNA copy of RNA genome in host cell. Retroviruses is classified into Orthoretrovirinae, Spumaretrovirinae. Orthoretrovirinae is further subdivided into retroviruses, lentiviruses. In retroviruses, there are two types: human T-cell lymphotropic virus type 1, human T-cell lymphotropic virus type 2. This type 1 is oncogenic virus. This type 2 is responsible for the melanopathy and neurological problems. In lentiviruses also have two types: human immunodeficiency virus type 1, human immunodeficiency virus type 2. These two are leads to AIDS disease. This foamy virus is found in primary cell culture but cause any diseases. Introduction. AIDS was first recognized in USA in 1981. It was first reported by Luc Montagnier in 1983. Robert Gallo reported isolation of retroviruses. Morphology. Shape spherical. Size 90 to 120 nanometers. Symmetry icosahedral. Genome single-stranded RNA. The viruses contain lipoprotein envelope. The virus core is surrounded by nucleocapsid composed of protein. Envelope glycoprotein are the projecting spikes on the surface and these spikes bind to the CD4 receptors on susceptible host cell. GP41 is envelope antigen, P18 is nucleocapsid antigen, GP120 is envelope antigen, P24, P5, P55 is nucleocapsid antigens. Third one is resistance. It is inactivated by ethanol, isopropyl alcohol, lysol, and 56 degrees Celsius in 30 minutes and 100 degrees Celsius for 1 second, and it survives 7 days in environment. Modes of transmission. 3 modes of transmission is present: sexual contact, parental contact, perinatal contact. First one is sexual contact. It occurs both homosexual as well as heterosexual individuals. Perinatal transmission. It may occur through blood, while infect blood transmissions, syringes and needles. Perinatal transmission. Infection may be transmitted from infected mother to her child. Fifth one is pathogenesis. Primary infection, CD4 T cells in blood and mucosa. This is CD4 cell and this is dendritic cells, which is known as adaptive immune cells. From these cells spread to lymph node tissue with infection. From these lymph node and spleen, the virus passes into blood, known as viremia. Acute HIV syndrome spread of infection through body. In this stage, host immune response against HIV. From this, there is a partial control of virus replication is present. From this stage, it is undergoes latent infection and low level infection. In latent infection, the virus is hidden in stage. In low level infection, the virus causes infection slowly. From these two phases, there is leads to excessive replication of viruses, lysis of CD4 T cells. This leads to AIDS. Sixth one is clinical features. In these clinical features, there is a 4 types of infections is present. First one is acute HIV infection. The illness is characterized by acute onset of fever, sore throat, malaise, skin rash and lymphadenopathy. Second one is asymptomatic infection. In this stage, no symptoms is present. Persistence. Third one is persistence generalized lymphadenopathy, PGL. This group is characterized by enlarged node at two or more extragenital sites for at least 3 months. Fourth one is symptomatic HIV infections. When CD4 T lymphocytes count falls below 400 per mm cube, the patients may develop symptoms like fever, diarrhea, weight loss, night sweat, and opportunistic infections. During this phase, some patients develop an illness which is known as AIDS. Opportunistic infections and malignancies commonly associated with HIV infections. In bacteria, mycobacterial infections, tuberculosis and non-tuberculosis infections, salmonellosis. In viral diseases, CMV, herpes simplex, varicella zoster, Epstein-Barr virus. Third one is mycotic, candidiasis, cryptococcosis, aspergillosis, histoplasmosis. Fourth one is coccidioidomycosis. Fourth one is parasitic, toxoplasmosis, cryptosporidosis, isoporiosis, generalized strongyloiditis. Eighth one is lab diagnosis. Laboratory diagnosis of HIV infection includes specific tests for HIV and tests for immunodeficiency. There is two types is present: specific tests for HIV infection, non-specific tests. In specific tests for HIV infection, there is a antigenic detection is present. Antigenic detection, P24 antigen is the earliest viral markers to appear in the blood. ELISA can be used for detection of this antigen. It may be useful for diagnosis in window period. Virus isolation. For diagnosis, virus is not routinely isolated. It can be isolated from CD4 lymphocytes of peripheral blood. Bone marrow and serum virus isolation is an important test for diagnosis in window period. Third one is detection of viral nucleic acid. Viral nucleic acid can be detected by polymerase chain reaction (PCR). It is also useful for diagnosis in window period. Two types of PCR have been used: DNA PCR and RNA PCR. Antibody detection. Demonstration of antibodies is the simplest and most commonly employed technique for diagnosis. It may take several weeks to months for antibodies to appear after injection. IgM antibodies appear first, usually in about 3 to 4 weeks after infection, to be followed by IgG antibodies. IgM antibodies disappear in 8 to 10 weeks, while IgG antibodies remain throughout the life. HIV infected persons remain negative for antibodies during window period, when initial viral replication takes place for about 2 to 3 weeks. In non-specific tests, first one is total and differential leukocyte count. In AIDS, there is leukopenia with a lymphocyte count less than 400 per mm cube. Second one is T lymphocyte subset assay. The normal CD4-CD8 T cell ratio of 2:1 is reversed to 0.5:1 in cases of AIDS. The count of CD4 lymphocytes falls below 200 per mm cube. Third one is platelet count. There is a thrombocytopenia in patients of AIDS. Fourth one is IgG-IgA levels. Both IgG-IgA levels are raised in blood. Fifth one is skin tests for CMI. Cell-mediated immunity in diminished as evident form, tuberculin test or other skin tests for CMI. Laboratory tests for detection of specific antibodies in HIV infection. There is two types is present. First one is screening tests. Second one is supplemental tests. Ninth one is prevention. The following preventive measures are recommended. Sexual contact. The use of condoms can be prevent transmission of the virus. Sharing needles. Contaminated syringes or needles should not be shared. Blood. All blood and blood products are to be screened for HIV. These also Applies to donation of cornea, semen, marrow, kidney, and other organs. Isolation of AIDS patients and initiation of treatment. Control of infection. Screening of individuals within risk group helps to identify the HIV infected person. Prophylaxis. No effective vaccine has yet been found out. High rate of mutation of virus has made difficulty in developing the vaccine. Several stages have been antiretroviral therapy. Specific treatment with antiretroviral drugs is the mainstay in management of HIV infection. Highly active antiviral therapy is effective in inhibition of HIV replication in most of the HIV infected individuals. But major drawback with this therapy is the selection of resistance mutants. Antiretroviral drugs include both nucleoside and non-nucleoside inhibitors of enzyme reverse transcriptase, viral protein inhibitors, fusion inhibitors, integrase inhibitors, and entry inhibitors. Further understanding, let's see the table. These all are antiretroviral drugs which is used for the inhibitors of certain parts. Nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitors. These all are nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitors. Example, zidovudine. Non-nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitors. These all are non-nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitors. Protease inhibitors. Ritonavir, lopinavir, tipranavir. These used for the protease inhibitors. Fusion inhibitors. Enfuvirtide. Integrase inhibitors. Ralatrigravir. Entry inhibitors. Maraviroc. Post-exposure prophylaxis. Post-exposure prophylaxis (PEP). Exposure to blood, body fluids, other potentially infected materials, or an instrument contaminated with one of these materials may be lead to risk of acquired HIV infections. The risk of infection varies with the type of exposure and other factors. Among protease inhibitors, lopinavir 400 mg BD or 800 mg OD or ritonavir 100 mg BD or 200 mg OD are perfected as third drug. To be effective, these drugs must be started within the first 72 hours and ideally within 2 hours. Thank you.